Hey world, in today's 9 minutes motivation, I want to speak something about again how to improve your performance. So today's 9 minutes motivation at 9 a.m. is inspired by my work and sponsored by the Kingdom College. That's why it's from the office. Performance plays a very important role in our life. One, not only it excites others, but it also gives you tremendous amount of confidence that you can deliver, that you're competent, that you're excellent in what you're doing. You have the passion at display. So much can happen because performance is your output. Performance is your results. Performance is what counts. See, one of the 9 minutes motivation, I think last week I shared you about 50 minutes hour. I want to give you one more beautiful tip, technique, trick, whatever you want to call it, a psychological game, which I won't even call psychological game, but it is a more of a body mind together, how this can actually help to enhance our effectivity, efficiency in the outside world, in our work also. Sun controls our energy levels. That is why we do chanting of Gayatri Mantra. Moon controls our thought process, mind. That's why you'll see a lot of people on the day of full moon day or no moon day, it is Purnima and Amasya, be a little cranky. Not all of them, few of them or most of them, because mind controls our thought process. Moon controls our mind and mind controls our thought process. To give you a little wider angle from a very macro perspective is, depending on the moon, there is high tides and low tides in the ocean. So in the high tides, water really come very high and goes. In low tide, the water is pulled inside the ocean. So these high tides and low tides happen twice a day, depending on the moon. That's how the moon controls high tide and low tide. Likewise, in our 24 hours day also, we have high time, also a low time. So what I call it as peak hours and dull hours. Like how twice in a day there is high tide, low tide. Likewise, we have peak hours and low hours, dull hours. Why you need to understand this is very important is 24/7, all of us can't be intense. All of us can't maintain that high levels of energy. Talking generally. But if you can identify your peak hours, and if you do all your important activities, important meetings, if you're a student, important chapter subjects or difficult things, then in the peak hours, your energy levels, your mind alertness, your awareness is absolutely on high. So you can actually do a lot of justice to it and you can do much better in the peak hours. So all your important meetings, important programs, important discussions, negotiations, presentations, studying, learning, all those that defines your life, those kind of important work should be done in the peak hours. Dull hours can be used for general thing. For example, in my dull hours in the day, which happens for all of us, I will have general meeting with everybody where everybody speaks. I just take the updates from everybody, and it doesn't need too much of my high attention span or a very intense attention span. So all those writing work, checking the mails, sending the messages, returning the phone calls, all those things which are not so important, not such a priority, I do it everything in the dull hours. So peak hours contribute to my performance and dull hours contribute to my completion of a lot of work that is unfinished business of mine. And that's how if all of us can identify our peak hours. The beauty of this is everyone has different peak hours. Few of them have early morning peak hours, few of them have late night peak hours, few of them have evening peak hours. For example, when I understood all these things 24 years back, I realized morning 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. is my peak hours. Whatever I do at that time, it amplifies my results. And 5:30 to 9:30, 10 o'clock in the evening is my peak hours. So this 4 hours in the evening and this 2 hours in the morning, I used to do all my important work, meetings, and it has really helped me. And then slowly with my lifestyle and a lot of other things that I learned, I expanded my peak hours. But even if keeping it very general for an average human being, identify your peak hours. What are your peak hours? depending on your peak hours. For example, when we talk to the students, now the confusion in the house is if the mother has early morning peak hours and the child has late evening peak hours, there's always a conflict there. And mothers keep telling, like I remember my mom pushing me to get up early in the morning by 4:30, 5 o'clock in my school days and study for 2 hours. And I couldn't grasp a single thing because that is my dull period. My mom's peak hours are early in the morning, so she could get up in the morning by 5 o'clock, do all the housework, and by 7:30, she's done for the entire day. But that is not my case. So identify your peak hours. How do you identify it? If you already know, beautiful. If you don't know, how do you do that? Just observe for a couple of days or few days. Which time of the day you feel very energetic, you feel your mind is sharp, agile, alert, your awareness is much better in the entire day, in that phase of your life, in that period of time in the day, where anything you listen, see, read, it just goes into your head immediately, and you get fabulous ideas, you get those insights, those brain waves. I think that is your peak hours. You don't get tired even if you do back to back 1 or 2 hours or 2.5 hours. If you do back to back work, you still feel very energetic about it. That is your peak hours, and the peak hours comes twice in a day. For few of them it can be mornings and nights, few of them it can be morning, afternoon, few of them it can be at a stretch 4 or 5 hours. But that's your time. That's the time where you have to make an impact. If you can identify your peak hours and do everything as a student, study, learn in the peak hours. In the dull time, do all the writing work, drawings, maps, everything, where it doesn't need much of your sharpness, only practice required, so that physical movement doesn't allow you to go dull completely and become sluggish. If you're a professional, make sure that you're all creative things, design thing, everything happens in that time. You're a businessman, all your important meetings, negotiation, selling should happen in the peak hours, because peak hours will contribute more to your performance than anything else. Like they say, Pareto's rule, 80%, 20%. So 80% of output comes in 20% of the time, and 20% of the output comes in the 80% of the time. And it applies to everything from time, money, relationship, work, performance. So the 20% is your peak hours. If you can identify your peak hours, in that peak hours, if you do, the 80% output will happen. So I think your peak hours can be a game changer, can be performance enhancer, and a lot can happen in terms of your output if you do proper planning, think, contemplate, get a peak hours and work in the peak hours, study in the peak hours, relate in the peak hours, negotiate in the peak hours, sell in the peak hours, and I think results will be NX. So I believe that all of us will work in the peak hours, find out the peak hours and increase our performance n times. Let's start this beautiful day together. Here we go. Guys, go get set and grow. Inviting you all for a 36 hours journey in nature with me. One day and 2 nights. And I'll fill you with vibrations, energy of raw and pure nature. To regenerate you, refresh you, to restart one more time in this world. Experience yourself. Nature